Greetings, my biter friends. Ben Pearson, the Roadster Tracker. We are back, and I think I'm gonna raid all of the salt. We don't need that much salt. I'm sure we don't. So let's put it all in here. Whoops. Just see how much they burned off. I mean, whoops. Dump all the salt that we got there. Good, good, good. Go, go, go. Okay. Well, hopefully that'll make a little bit of progress. But what we really need to do is to figure out how to get more graphite. And that is still continuing to be a major problem. So what do we do to resolve that problem? Well, could we make our own little dedicated graphite refinery somewhere? And we could. There's some space right here. Maybe this would be an okay place to do something. This would also be a lot more co-located. Well, what would it... let's see. We could use fresh water to make oxygen, or to make hydrogen, dump the oxygen completely. We could make carbon dioxide and nitrogen, dump the nitrogen completely. Then those guys will produce some water, you know, yeah. And effectively, we can put those anywhere, so we would need to do a waste dump, which is pretty minor. So I think that is going to be our plan. So let's go... Wow, we've used all the steel up here. Interesting. I do think I want a bigger chest here. But other than that, sending lime off is not something I want to do too terribly often. Oh, it looks like... well, our iron processing is kind of stuck, so... we have a fair bit of sludge that we're trying to process through, and we're going to mostly be using the sulfuric acid to do so. Okay. We don't actually have that much sludge. Alright. And of course, this, mostly the sulfur dioxide, just goes right back into making more sulfuric acid to allow us to do more of this processing. And the wastewater is being filtered. Yeah! You know, progress. Okay. So, back to the plans. Where... we need to figure out our rail access to here. Do we need to do some of those rail bouncy lines? Maybe. We could do... honestly, this is a very low throughput train station, so why don't we have this become a train line? And yeah, it can tread out here kind of carefully, and then this area is going to be our factory. Let's do that. Okay. So this is an unconventional train factory, but since there's so little throughput on this line here, It's just a small line, and honestly, trains probably only pass that way, you know, probably get a couple an hour that pass along there, so it's really not a big deal. I'll add a few more. Okay, so just to make things a little bit better, we'll do this. And let's discourage some trains from coming here more frequently than they have to. So this train, there's 5,000. We're gonna say if this is less than 4,000 crushed. So that will come by less frequently. This guy is really just a waste product. So why not? This is another waste. Dedicated train, yes. Okay. And you know, we got a little sand. How much sand do we have? This is horrible, but this is what we're gonna do anyways. We're gonna drop that off to our robots. Then I'm gonna change this, even though this isn't super required to change. It's good practice. So we'll get everything operating for a little while longer too. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Let's put 2 of these down. And that's as far as she's gonna go. Okay, I think the base spots will take care of that. Then let's have the train come along here. This is probably not going to be an extremely high throughput line, but I think it's good to have some. And we know that the best segment for straight uninterrupted is this one. Holy moly. Oh. It's the only thing that's red? Yeah, let's... Just the radar. We can move the radar. In fact, this probably has radar sections in it, but let's just move you to right there. Same thing here. In fact, let's just get rid of this one entirely. Looks like we're a little bit off of our desired loop. So let's see, what can we do to improve that? It's probably going to be a weird loop-to-loop. Yeah, let's try... Oof. This is where I wish we had the ability to do the new train stuff. Because the new trains will be able to do much better with this kind of stuff. Can we go to maybe here and then... Really think this is the best line. So what are we gonna do? How do we make this work? Just these little short train squiggles can be so hard sometimes. Why don't we do like this then? We don't need that. Put them there, and then here we can transition it through a little bottom squiggle. There we go. That will do her. So let's just put a few train stops here. Okay. And then maybe one there and then a pair here. Okay, let's keep moving. See where the trains are being placed. I didn't take up my drone, did I? Oh, there it is. There it is. It just went off a long ways to go do something I probably didn't care a ton about. Okay. Let's keep going down. I gotta remember, we need to build a truck at some point in time. That should be a fairly straightforward research to do. Yeah, this'll do. So it does look like it's gonna be a dead end. I'm okay with that. I just want to put one last sensor station all the way down here. And then we'll know we'll be good. Okay. So that's mostly going to be servicing this iron, and we're going to also put our graphite station. It's only going to be graphite. We could consider putting oxygen, I suppose. Whoops. Amazes me we just haven't upgraded any of those. That's all. Okay. It's fair. Still, we've got everything out there and we'll be able to keep an eye out for things. But there's just two things. The crushing station that we're going to do and the graphite station. And maybe there's room for something here, but honestly, probably not. Maybe a small station. We could build some train tracks to come down here and explore if we needed to. We'll build a little bit of a path there though. Huh. I don't fully know why that's there. It's okay though. Okay, let's keep going. Let's get the next train track hooked up. Okay, we can put a couple of signals here. Are these signals crossed? Oh dear. Well, that's an interesting problem. We actually will have to cross our train tracks here, which is not that big of a deal. Because they're going the opposite direction. So actually, we can probably fix this silly squiggly here too. Just looking for the point where things lined up. Then honestly, we don't need this. That's just silliness. We've an extra... Well, we do need a sensor tower though. We could use one here. I'm gonna put it right there because I'm pretty sure that's not gonna be in the way. Okay. So now the crossover. So you're gonna come down here. You're gonna come down here. Okay. Now I think everything's going to be signaled the correct direction. Okay, as you're clear of this, then you need this. As you're approaching this, let's put a train stop here, and then we need a crossing signal here. We'll also need one the other direction. Yeah, that's fine. Again, low throughput station, it doesn't really matter. Gum. While we're at it, since this is kind of our default line, let's find those and get rid of them. Here's one. We'll upgrade that wind tower. And there should be one more lower right there. Okay. Excellent. So we got the track going. Let's just walk down and get this done. Very little steam, interesting. I mean, I guess it's just for the fiber. And we are, quite frankly, pretty low on graphite, so yeah. It's a big part of why we're doing this, isn't it? So... I really want to make the assumption that nothing is ever going to come this way, but when I make that assumption, bad stuff tends to happen. Okay, so let's just intersect this up real quick. You're clearing there, there. And let's put you on belt 3. Just so I can find the chain signals easier. And the other chain is this direction. Okay. So this is going to be a graphite loading station. I'm going to put this maybe here. Oh, it even took my dynamite this time. Nice. Now, we could use this to load oxygen, but honestly, oxygen is never an issue. We could use this to offload carbon dioxide. Oh, I don't have enough rail. Interesting. Now this is one I really doubt we're ever going to use. But you never know. The use case for it would be we decide that, well, it's just a little tiny bauxite. We decide to, create like a diagonal tunnel down here to get down in this direction. Maybe we need to. Although this one we can definitely take out this way, and then we'll do a better job of managing that intersection. Just put too many things. We got to get down to that volcanic gas though someday. We could also, yeah, it wouldn't be hard to put a track down there. Maybe. Okay. So there's our graphite loading. Now, let's see. Let's do we want to do pure carbon monoxide? Probably. So I'm going to copy one of these columns first of all. That will do. We may have to upgrade some pipes or bring in a Roboport network or something like that. But we'll get there. Oh, those are wind turbine ones. Hang on. Let's wave this magic wand and upgrade all of this stuff here. Which which is honestly quite a few things. More than I had expected. It's probably a good chunk of our wind turbine ones, to be honest. What's the power look like? Mostly wind turbines, but a little bit of closed. The wind turbine ones, yeah. See if we can get rid of those remaining. Good. It's good to let the bots go do this stuff. Now, while they're doing that, let's do... We need the carbon monoxide lines, which is these guys. Okay. Should help. That's probably enough carbon monoxide. And then we need so many things we need for this. We need the graphite production line, of course. This I'm going to do a little different. Let's copy 2 sets of these machines. Well, geology 100 research. Nice. Okay, we're gonna go figure out a better way to make that work. How many? We do still have a fair bit more of the upgraded ones. So let's see, or of the unupgraded ones. Let the robots go do their thing. Okay. We need to make sure not to mix these pipes. Oh dear. Luckily, not a lot made it down there, so we'll just cut those off to help keep things clean. Okay. Not real sold on this design yet. Can we... Okay, we can actually power these guys from this side. So that will mean that we don't have to do this. So let's go ahead and do offset like that. Okay. So then we're gonna need hydrogen next. And hydrogen we're gonna get essentially, let's just copy Oh, where is it? This. And then the last thing I need is just the water electrolyzers, so we'll copy that design over. Then we're gonna have to upgrade some of the stuff that's red. We're gonna upgrade to blue. Just to make it a little bit cleaner. Well, you gotta hook up everything. But this is about what it takes to make this work, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and double this. Not quite double. There again. Not quite gonna happen, is it? Let it all get built. Let's upgrade the red pipes, because we don't carry red pipe anymore. Okay. Good. Good. We'll connect the water up at both ends, I think. Let's see, let's do the dispose water first. Gosh, it's been such a long... Now, honestly, we're right here. We may as well toss this into this water. Okay. And then, oh, we can see this wastewater is totally full. But we do need some wastewater, so, I do think I want this to go into the same point. So let's go ahead and do this. And I don't want this to back up, so let's pump this out strictly. Okay. That should do her. None of the stuff has power. Well, I'll tell you what, right here, we're just gonna connect you guys like that. You'll need power. I don't need that one. Then I'm just gonna do a little quick one around. Okay. There are some disadvantages to this, because these guys actually do have water as an output, don't they? So we have to make sure we're dealing with that, and this is the only way that we're going to have to deal with that. So I'm actually going to change this. Yeah, we've got to manage the water carefully. So we can't afford this, unfortunately. Darn. So this water, we're gonna come here. You're gonna pump into here. Then you're gonna pump out of there. What's the best way to do this? I mean, really, we could do a whole separate thing. Okay. No, I don't think this is actually the best way. So we'll connect to you, I guess, through the top. And then the bottom is where this water will all get fed in, which probably means we need to upgrade these pipes. Since it's all going to be fed to the bottom. Okay. Then let's see. How are we doing on time? Doing fine. Let's put in a pump here. This pump is going to say less than 30K. So we do need to keep a little initial stuff going in there, but we don't want to do too much. Am I out of blue pipe? Or is it just my robots have taken it? Yeah, okay. Fair enough. We're gonna have to come back here though, I can tell. So let's see. This is gonna be if water is less than 30,000. Okay. Then let's go ahead and upgrade this. Oh, I must have one powerful ones here. And then we'll get you going. Okay. Beautiful. Now the oxygen, I'll put it in a tank because we have lots of tanks, but I have no expectation that it's actually going to stay there. This guy, yeah, we need to upgrade these red pipes. And we'll get you. And upgrade all of you. Okay. That should do her. I bet you we're gonna run out of stuff real soon though. That's okay. Let's change these guys. We don't actually want that formula. We want air separation 1. Because I don't want the residual here. We don't need argon. Although, I mean, we're shipping argon not too far away from here, but we don't need it. This is primarily for the nitrogen. The nitrogen we could hook up. Oops. Honestly, we don't need this, do we? Oh, the second one was... I see. The one that we actually want to get rid of is this guy. Okay. That'll give us a little bit more pipe to play with. Not a lot, but a little bit more blue pipe. Wow, I didn't realize we were that low on all the pipe. Obviously, restocking is something that we're gonna need to do. But I think this is actually pretty close to where we need it to be. Okay. So the carbon dioxide will be able to come up. Let's go get restocked. It's time. It is absolutely time. Man, I don't think it's been a very long time since it's been this long since I visited a base. Our inventory is getting bitterly low. And even though we had a few tricks to try to extend things a little bit more, you know, there's a limit to what they can do. Let's just take whatever train we can hop on. Not that one, obviously. This is actually a very fine train for us to be on. This is going to take us right into the heart of the base. And we're going to restock, and then I'm going to end the episode there. No! Make a liar out of me. That's okay. This is actually not that far from the heart of the base. Yeah. So we're just going to restock here, and you can hang out with me and see what kind of random things come out of my mouth when I'm trying to make stuff up on the top of my head. Or you cannot. I always seem to make a few little tweaks to the factory, so if you want to know every little thing, then sure, hang out. Let's start with... Where's our robots? Here. Logistics robots, we need a lot more of these. I think it's time for us to automate this process. So what we're gonna do is, let's see, let's put a blue chest here. And I'm gonna request logic bots 1, 2, and 3. Well, we'll request all of them. Yeah, we'll request 20 of each. No, just the first 2. Construction robots. I wonder what the difference is between this and the other construction robot is. Probably not a lot. I'm going to put 2 in here because I'm sure we're going to upgrade to 2s at some point in time fairly soon. So what we're going to do is put a inserter here. And we're going to wire this guy here. And then read robot stats. We're going to say if available logic bots, so if X is less than 10. Construction bots were probably okay. Although, it probably wouldn't hurt to do another shipment. But this way the logic bots can all dynamically adjust. So in times like this, when we have high need, they'll start loading more bots in automatically. Ironically, that's going to cause the logic bots to have a little more demand, but that's okay. Yeah, we have plenty of construction bots. I don't think we need any more, and we'll need any more for a while. In fact, I'm going to reduce this down to just 1 stack. Logic bots, we're starting to have occasional shipments out to even some of the nether parts of the factory, like here. This isn't that common that we need things there, but it does happen. Yeah, we may need to crack sodium. Sodium hydroxide into the sodium. Yeah. So very, very little has gotten through since we did our big dump, and it did help. The titanium tetrachloride, though, is basically 0. We're dumping all of it into the train. The train, I mean, it'll eventually work its way to normal, but yeah, it's a little bit funky. The titanium is something we're definitely not using as much as we should be, though. How's the logic bots have calmed down to a much more manageable workload? That's good. So every time we come in here, they're probably going to be busy like they were, and now they're still trying to deliver some stuff to us. Let's see if we can go just pick up manually the train track, because that's obviously something we need a ton of. We do hit red, so let's upgrade probably this guy. We'll upgrade all the inserters though. Gotta keep this guy running smooth. Look at that, that's better. Okay, this is just to request whatever garbage we've got, and we still have quite a few beams. So presumably we're using those over... Let's go ahead and upgrade that inserter. Okay. A lot more glass coming through. The sand... What's our sand situation? We do not have a lot currently being made. It's really just the crucibles and these iron ingots, but the iron ingots are, or the aluminum ingots are silicon, so we do need some sand. Yeah, they're just not getting a ton of it here. Interesting. Oh, we still are trying to upgrade these buildings. Wow. All right. Even as we're kind of getting away from doing this whole setup. Okay. Let's go back. Well, we'll do that next episode. I'll end heading there. I'll just end it here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate everything you do. You guys are amazing, and we will see you next time as we continue working on our dedicated graphite base, so that way hopefully we can double the amount of graphite that we're producing, because it's kind of ridiculous right now trying to get enough. We have a number of stations that have very, very high demands for graphite, and we're just not getting enough. Woo! That was a close train. So hopefully this will do the trick. I'm sure it won't hurt. I'm sure it will not hurt. And this one should be a lot more predictable. The big problem we have with the other graphite station is just depending on the exact balance of the factory. Sometimes it produces more, sometimes it produces less. So this guy is going to purposely not depend on anything outside. Should be a super simple thing. Even if we're throwing away a bunch of stuff, then yeah, it'll be fine. Anywho, thanks guys. We will see you next time. Bye bye.